Johnathan, you got me?
Yeah, I got you fine. How are you doing over there? We're doing good, man. We're getting real close. We'll have this line sewn right up.
Johnathan is proving beyond doubt that he is at home on the ocean. However, nothing could have prepared him for what would show up in his sets on this fishing expedition.
Leave that with the launcher.
Hey, Freddie. I want 1 mile of line.
Roger!
So we need 7 shots.
Johnathan just discovered a terrifying creature during his crab hunt on the Deadliest catch. Was this a threat? Was he in danger? And if so, how could he save his crew from the jaws of this terrifying creature? Find out in this video. Johnathan and his crew stumbled upon a spine-chilling discovery. As they braved the icy waters, a sense of anticipation filled the air.
That's a good one, yeah! Yeah, baby! That's a good pop.
Looking good, girl!
Little did they know, their routine fishing expedition was about to take a terrifying turn. Amidst the rhythmic clatter of the fishing gear, Johnathan's keen eyes spotted movement beneath the waves. With a mixture of fear and curiosity, he leaned over the railing for a closer look. What he saw sent shivers down his spine.
Hey, look at this! Look at that!
Oh, yeah, take a picture of that. Bring that up. I want a picture.
So we looked up the fish. We found out it's a bug-eyed bandit fish.
A creature unlike anything he had ever encountered. Gathering around in awe, the crew stared in disbelief at the creature's formidable presence. As Johnathan's heart raced, he knew they were facing something out of the ordinary. In this gripping tale of courage and survival, Johnathan's encounter with the terrifying creature serves as a vivid reminder of the dangers lurking in the depths. As they navigate the perilous waters, each moment is fraught with excitement and uncertainty, testing their mettle in the face of the unknown. Under the vast expanse of the clear blue sky, Johnathan and his seasoned crew find themselves immersed in a day ripe with promise and expectation. With meticulous foresight, they've meticulously orchestrated every detail, ensuring that their gear is primed and their spirits are high, poised for the potential riches that lie ahead. As the morning sun casts its warm glow upon them, they gather together, fortified by the comforting indulgence of freshly baked cookies and chilled glasses of milk. Each bite, each sip, serves as a gentle reminder of the simple pleasures in life, infusing them with a sense of eager anticipation. With each passing moment, they can feel the excitement building, knowing that the culmination of their tireless efforts may be just beyond the horizon, waiting to be unveiled in all its splendor. With a sense of eager anticipation, the crew of the Time Bandit eagerly begins the laborious task of hauling up their first cage from the depths below. As the winch creaks and groans, the excitement among the crew is palpable, each member holding their breath in anticipation of the treasures that await within. However, as the cage breaches the surface,
I can load this boat if I get lucky. That's the only way I'm going to get home. And this is the only thing standing between me and living retired life, hanging out with grandbabies.
disappointment washes over the crew as it emerges empty, devoid of the prized catch they had hoped for. Undeterred by this initial setback, the crew remains resolute, their spirits unbroken as they prepare to lower the next cage into the icy waters below. With bated breath, they watch as the cage disappears into the depths, their hopes riding on the promise of a bountiful haul. Moments later, the winch whirs to life once more, and with a collective gasp, the crew pulls up the cage, revealing a modest bounty of 2 red king crabs. Despite the meager catch, the crew's determination remains steadfast, fueled by the knowledge that they are capable of so much more. With the weight of expectation bearing down upon them, they know that they must dig deeper, both figuratively and literally, in search of greater rewards. Johnathan, their seasoned captain, wastes no time in devising a new strategy, his voice steady and reassuring as he outlines their plan to venture into deeper waters in pursuit of a more lucrative catch. As the crew readies themselves for the arduous task ahead, they draw strength from one another, their camaraderie serving as a source of resilience in the face of uncertainty. With each member playing their part, they stand ready to confront the challenges that lie ahead, knowing that their success hinges on their ability to adapt and persevere in the unforgiving waters of the Bering Sea. Johnathan's eyes gleam with anticipation as he contemplates the possibility of encountering a new species lurking in the depths below. The prospect of such a discovery fills him with excitement, the idea of embarking on a scientific expedition within the confines of their fishing venture sparking his curiosity. With a sense of determination, he knows that this could be a groundbreaking experiment, shedding light on the mysteries of the ocean's depths. In order for their plan to unfold successfully, Johnathan orchestrates a strategic maneuver, instructing the crew to circle a designated spot several times. The aim is to create a disturbance in the water, rousing any slumbering crabs or elusive creatures from their underwater hideaways. With each pass, the waves crash against the hull of the vessel, sending out a powerful wake that reverberates through the ocean depths.
Yeah, baby!
See some crab legs.
Yeah! Look at all these crab legs!
Yeah!
With the stage set and the ocean stirred, the crew prepares to cast out their cages, each member working swiftly and efficiently to execute their task. With practiced hands, they lower the cages into the churning waters below, the metal frames disappearing into the abyss with a splash. As the last cage is deployed, a sense of anticipation hangs heavy in the air, the crew now entering a phase of patient waiting, their hopes pinned on the promise of a fruitful catch. Johnathan meticulously monitors the depth readings, ensuring that the time bandit descends to the precise depth that promises a bountiful catch. With each subtle adjustment of the vessel's trajectory, he calculates the optimal position, determined to maximize their chances of success. Utilizing cutting-edge technology and his years of experience, Johnathan orchestrates a delicate dance between man and machine, navigating the vast expanse of the ocean with the precision of a seasoned conductor leading an orchestra. Amidst the rhythmic hum of the boat's engines and the gentle lapping of the waves against the hull, Johnathan maintains a vigilant watch over the sonar screen, interpreting the data with a keen eye for detail. He pores over the intricate patterns displayed before him, deciphering the subtle nuances that betray the presence of potential riches lurking beneath the surface. Each blip and curve on the monitor holds the promise of untold treasures, and Johnathan is determined to unlock their secrets. Not content with merely securing a successful catch for the present voyage, Johnathan looks to the future, strategizing how to leverage their current findings for long-term gain. He carefully notes the precise coordinates and depth levels, intending to catalog this valuable information for future reference. By building a repository of data over time, he hopes to chart a course to even greater success on subsequent fishing expeditions, ensuring that the time bandit remains at the forefront of the industry. As the minutes tick by, Johnathan's mind drifts to the realm of possibility, envisioning the discovery of a sea creature that has eluded human gaze until now.
Come on around, baby. Come on around. It's not looking so good. Come on the Russian line. 39 feet.
He entertains the notion of encountering a rare and enigmatic species, one that could potentially rewrite the textbooks on marine biology. It's a dream he dares to entertain, fueled by the boundless mysteries of the ocean and the tantalizing prospect of uncharted territory. Finally, as the appointed time arrives, the crew springs into action, their practiced movements a symphony of efficiency as they prepare to reel in the cages. Johnathan watches with a mixture of anticipation and apprehension, knowing that the moment of truth is upon them. With each cage hoisted from the depths, the air crackles with anticipation, the crew holding their breath in anticipation of what lies within. The Time Bandit's crew reels in an astonishing bounty of crabs, surpassing even their wildest expectations. Despite the flurry of activity and the triumphant cheers echoing across the deck, there is an electrifying moment of disbelief as one of the cages yields a creature unlike anything they have ever seen. Nestled within the confines of the cage lies a mysterious fish, its features obscured by the presence of a massive glob protruding from its mouth area. The sight of this enigmatic creature sends shockwaves of excitement rippling through the ship, igniting a fervor of speculation and wonder among the crew. Murmurs of amazement ripple through the air as they gather around to inspect the peculiar discovery, their eyes alight with curiosity and intrigue. Speculations and theories abound as they attempt to unravel the mysteries of this unexpected visitor from the depths. For Johnathan and his team, this remarkable find is nothing short of a revelation, a testament to the boundless diversity and complexity of the ocean's ecosystem. It is a moment that transcends the routine of their daily endeavors.
That's a good pond.
Thank you, Lord.
Elevating their expedition to a realm of discovery and adventure. With each passing moment, the significance of their discovery becomes increasingly apparent, sparking conversations that will be recounted and remembered for years to come. As they stand in awe of the creature before them, Johnathan and his crew are reminded of the inexhaustible wonders that lie beneath the surface of the sea. It is a humbling reminder of their role as stewards of the ocean, tasked with exploring its depths and preserving its delicate balance for generations to come. In this singular moment of revelation, they are united by a shared sense of awe and reverence for the natural world, an experience that transcends the confines of their daily lives and connects them to something greater than themselves. The first order of business is to ensure the creature isn't poisonous. Then it's time for the pictures. This fishing expedition has been successful, and the excitement on deck is enough of an indication. Today has been a great day, but what further mysteries await in the future? 50 meters east of the Ramblin Rose lies the 113-foot Time Bandit, tasked with catching 150,000 pounds of fish within a 7-day time frame.
We got 150,000 pounds to catch this trip, and we have 7 days to do it in. We've been pulling for about 18 hours today already.
Having already spent 18 hours pulling pots, the crew faces the challenge of retrieving 25 pots, each weighing around 10,000 pounds. Despite the exhaustion, there's a sense of urgency to complete this task to earn a well-deserved break. The Hawaiian crew member, Eddie Ani Jr., grapples with the challenge of throwing the hook efficiently, a skill he's still developing under the guidance of his father, who is renowned as a legendary hookman. Despite the grueling conditions and the toll it takes on him, Eddie Jr. continues to learn from his father's expertise, realizing that there's still much to discover on this demanding journey at sea. He's a rocket man. He never misses. I've never seen my father throw the hook. Everybody says he's really good. I guess that's who he is, remarked Eddie Ani Jr., with a mix of admiration and pride as he watched his father expertly handle the fishing gear. The seasoned crew member, known for his precision and skill, continued to impress with his flawless execution, earning him the respect of his peers and the trust of his son. Despite the grueling hours and exhausting labor, the crew remained determined to meet Andy's ambitious goal. Each member understood the importance of their task, pushing themselves to their limits to ensure the success of the operation. Despite the fatigue weighing heavily on their shoulders, there was no room for complaints or excuses. They were all focused on the collective objective, driven by a shared commitment to excellence. As the hours passed and fatigue set in, the crew's pace began to slow, but their determination remained unwavering. Each member understood the risks involved in their line of work, staying vigilant and focused despite the exhaustion. Their teamwork and camaraderie kept them going, providing support and encouragement to one another through the long and challenging hours. In the midst of their tireless efforts, a moment of panic ensued when an 800-pound pot came loose, threatening to cause harm.
As the crew shook out the last few crab, the 800-pound pot came loose from the dogs, nearly crushing the 140-pound Eddie Jr.
However, quick reflexes and coordinated action prevented disaster, allowing them to regain control of the situation and continue their work with renewed determination. Despite the danger and uncertainty, their commitment to the task remained steadfast, driven by a shared sense of purpose and camaraderie that defined their work ethic. The crew of the Ramblin Rose, amidst an Arctic hurricane, struggles to meet their quota of 150,000 pounds of crab in 7 days. Despite the challenging conditions, they persist, pulling pots continuously for over 18 hours. Each crew member is driven by the promise of a much-needed rest after completing their assigned task. Among them is Eddie Jr., a relatively new addition to the crew, who is still adapting to the demanding lifestyle of crab fishing. As they labor through the relentless hours, the crew remains focused and determined, despite exhaustion creeping in. However, a moment of peril occurs when a heavy pot breaks loose, endangering Eddie Jr. and prompting swift action from his fellow crew members to avert disaster. This near miss serves as a stark reminder of the dangers they face and highlights the importance of vigilance and teamwork in such hazardous conditions. Captain John praises Eddie Jr. for his efforts, acknowledging his contribution to the crew's success. However, he humorously notes Eddie Jr.'s lack of colorful language, suggesting he needs to attend pirate school to learn how to curse like a sailor and imbibe some pirate lore. In a playful exchange, Captain John challenges Eddie Jr. to identify various nautical tools and equipment, emphasizing the importance of familiarizing oneself with the terminology of the trade. Despite the cold and challenging conditions, the crew's spirits remain high as they continue their work aboard the Ramblin Rose, aiming to match the productivity of their counterparts on the Wizard. The Wizard, located 380 miles from Dutch Harbor, faces challenges in returning to crabbing as swiftly as desired. Captain Keith Kern discovers that his gear has been displaced 82 miles to the north-northwest.
Here I am, there's all my gear. Just moved 82 miles to the north-northwest up the edge here. And I'm hoping there's something in the neighborhood.
Necessitating a rapid reset to resume fishing. With time constraints looming, the crew hurries to commence crabbing and achieve a productive haul. Despite their efforts, they encounter disappointment, as some pots yield small bait, insufficient to attract the desired catch. Lynn, a crew member with a history of struggles on the Wizard, faces scrutiny and pressure to perform. Recognizing an opportunity to demonstrate competence, Lynn seizes the moment to rectify the bait setup, aiming to alleviate tension and avoid further criticism. Meanwhile, tensions rise as crew members express frustration with the challenging circumstances, with Danny in particular feeling the strain of the situation. Despite his physical strength, Danny finds the demanding pace and long hours on the job challenging, unlike any other work experience. Despite his attempts to maintain composure, Danny occasionally succumbs to frustration, prompting admonishment from his colleagues. While all eyes are on Danny, Lynn's performance slips under the radar. After enduring 5 days of strenuous labor, moving thousands of pounds of bait, Danny begins to feel the toll of the demanding environment. It's not uncommon for crew members to reach their breaking point under such conditions. The Wizard, with its unforgiving nature, demands resilience from its crew, tolerating neither weakness nor complaints. After enduring 18 hours of relentless work on deck, the crew feels the weight of exhaustion setting in. Keith keeps a close watch on Danny, noting his worn-out appearance and predicting his impending exhaustion. He critiques Danny's approach to the job, pointing out inefficiencies and warning against falling behind schedule. Keith emphasizes the importance of teamwork and efficiency, expressing frustration at any perceived waste of manpower. As Danny struggles to keep up, Keith offers guidance and encouragement, albeit with a hint of sarcasm. Despite the challenging circumstances, Keith's leadership style combines instruction with humor, motivating the crew to maintain focus and productivity. Big Day, located 430 miles northwest of Dutch Harbor, is the 109 feet Seabrook's chance at a successful haul.
430 miles northwest of Dutch Harbor.
Gut feeling is it's going to be a big day. Big day.
Initially facing disappointment with small catches, Captain Scott Campbell Jr. senses a change in fortune. Encouraged by promising signs, he rouses the crew after a brief rest, emphasizing the importance of staying alert and diligent. With every crab caught, Junior knows the crew's hard work translates directly into earnings. As they return to work, Junior's younger brother, Whip, checks in from home, expressing concern and offering support. Despite being far from home, Whip's presence is felt, providing a moment of connection amidst the demanding work. In the heart of the tempest, the seas churned with a relentless fury, each wave crashing against the hull of the vessel like a battering ram. Captain Jake, vigilant at the helm, squinted through the driving rain and spray, his senses on high alert as he grappled with the forces of nature arrayed against him. The ship, a sturdy vessel named the Saga, groaned and pitched as it rode the tumultuous swells. But it was the anchor line that commanded Jake's immediate attention. With the waves growing larger and more ferocious by the moment, he knew that the anchor's grip on the ocean floor was tenuous at best. Its hold threatened with each heaving surge. The urgency of the situation was palpable as Captain Jake barked out orders to his crew, their figures illuminated by the stark glare of the storm-tossed sky. Every hand was needed on deck as they scrambled to reinforce the anchor line, their movements swift and purposeful amidst the chaos of wind and wave. Yet amidst the frenzied activity, Jake's thoughts raced back to a crucial oversight: a failure to communicate to his crew the inherent risks posed by the towering waves. In the tumult of the storm, he knew that knowledge and preparation were their only allies against the tempest's wrath.
Which way's the cable going?
With each passing moment, the tension aboard the Saga mounted, the crew acutely aware of the peril that surrounded them. Yet Captain Jake, seasoned by years at sea, remained resolute, his steady hand guiding the vessel through the maelstrom with a blend of skill and instinct honed by countless voyages. As the waves surged ever higher, threatening to overwhelm the ship's defenses, Captain Jake knew that he must act decisively to avert disaster. With steely determination, he adjusted the vessel's bearing, striving to ease the strain on the anchor line and forestall the looming threat of catastrophe. In the crucible of the storm, where every decision carried the weight of life and death, Captain Jake and his crew battled against the elements with a courage born of adversity. Together, they stood against the fury of the sea, their spirits unyielding in the face of nature's relentless onslaught. In the midst of the chaos, Captain Jake's voice cut through the tumult like a beacon of clarity, commanding attention amidst the howling winds and crashing waves. His urgent warning echoed across the deck, a stark reminder of the perilous situation they faced. "Which way is the cable going?" he shouted above the roar of the storm, his words punctuated by the urgency of the moment. The crew, their senses attuned to the imminent danger, strained to decipher his instructions amidst the deafening cacophony of wind and sea. With each passing moment, the tension aboard the vessel mounted, the crew acutely aware of the imminent threat posed by the surging waves.
Winston, get everybody up.
This ain't pretty out.
Yet amidst the chaos, Captain Jake's voice rang out once more, a beacon of authority amidst the tempest. "Do not stand in front of the wench," he bellowed, his tone conveying the gravity of the situation. "It'll rip that wench off and crush you." As the crew scrambled to heed his warning, their movements swift and purposeful, Captain Jake wrestled with the controls, his hands steady on the wheel as he fought to maintain control in the face of nature's fury. But despite his efforts, the winch refused to yield, its gears grinding against the strain of the surging waves. With each passing moment, the storm's wrath intensified, the rain lashing against the deck with relentless force. Yet amidst the chaos, Captain Jake remained resolute, his determination unwavering in the face of adversity. And as the tempest raged on, the crew of the Time Bandit braced themselves for the trials ahead, their resolve unshaken by the fury of the storm. Together, they stood against the elements, united in their quest to brave the unforgiving seas and emerge victorious against all odds. The atmosphere aboard the deck of the boat was electric as excitement and anticipation filled the air. Amidst the sounds of the rolling waves and creaking timbers, a voice broke through the din, filled with exuberance and energy. With each passing moment, the tension aboard the vessel mounted, the crew acutely aware of the high stakes of their endeavor. Amidst the intensifying drumroll of the storm, the crew labored tirelessly, their exertions fueled by a potent mix of determination and adrenaline.
Here, we want to see a 50 average. These are it. This is going to be what fills the boat.
Their voices, infused with a blend of excitement and resolve, reverberated across the deck, a testament to their unwavering commitment to their task. In the midst of this flurry of activity, Captain Johnathan R.I. braved the wrath of the storm, his keen eyes scanning the horizon in search of any signs of their elusive prey. With an eager tone, he pointed out the significance of their latest catch, foreseeing its potential impact on their endeavor. His demeanor exuded a palpable sense of excitement and anticipation as he rallied his crew to make the most of their fortunate discovery. Each successful catch buoyed the crew's spirits, their efforts rewarded with a bounty that exceeded their expectations. Amidst the chaos of the storm, exclamations of joy and celebration filled the air, marking each new addition to their haul with expressions of delight and satisfaction. Despite the jubilation, there lingered an ever-present sense of danger, as the turbulent seas threatened to engulf them at any moment. Captain Johnathan R.I.'s voice, cutting through the roar of the waves, served as a steady beacon of reassurance, urging his crew to remain steadfast in the face of adversity. Throughout the ordeal, Captain Johnathan R.I. maintained a steadfast resolve, his unwavering commitment to the safety of his crew serving as a guiding principle. With each passing moment, his words echoed like a mantra, a constant reminder of the importance of perseverance in the face of adversity.
Guys, first spot's coming up, so nobody get hurt. Be careful.
I'm gonna need about...
As the night wore on and the storm raged unabated, the crew pressed on, their spirits undaunted by the challenges that lay ahead. Their voices, raised in defiance against the fury of the elements, served as a testament to their resilience and determination. Despite the trials they faced, the crew remained united in their quest, their bond unbreakable in the face of adversity. And as the first light of dawn broke on the horizon, they knew that they had emerged victorious, their courage and determination prevailing against all odds. With ominous clouds looming overhead, a colossal rogue wave emerges from the depths, towering over the vessel and striking it with unforgiving force. The impact breaches ventilation ducts atop the wheelhouse, unleashing torrents of seawater that flood the crew's quarters, soaking everything in its path. Amidst the chaos, crew members find themselves grappling with frustration and weariness, their spirits dampened by the relentless onslaught of the elements. The relentless battering of the waves and the ceaseless roar of the wind take their toll, leaving the crew exhausted and disheartened. Each crew member is confronted with the daunting task of salvaging what they can from their soaked belongings, preparing themselves mentally and physically for the challenges that lie ahead. Despite the adversity, Captain Johnathan R.I. stands as a beacon of resilience, urging his crew to press on despite the overwhelming odds. His words of encouragement reverberate through the vessel, instilling a sense of determination and resolve in his crewmates. With steely determination, they brace themselves for the next onslaught, ready to confront whatever challenges the tempest may hurl their way.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah, baby! Yeah! I like it!
Harley anxiously awaits a successful haul, fervently hoping and praying for a bountiful catch. His anticipation turns to elation as the crew pulls up the pots, revealing a treasure trove of opilio crabs. The seasoned skipper's decision to place their gear on the Russian line proves to be a lucrative gamble, yielding pots filled to the brim with valuable crustaceans. With each pot hauled aboard, the crew's excitement grows, fueled by the prospect of a substantial payoff. The sheer abundance of crabs in the pots leaves the crew in awe, with each catch bringing them closer to their goal of filling the boat. Despite the challenging conditions and the waterlogged deck, deckhand Money Kennan maintains an optimistic outlook, acknowledging the success of their fishing expedition. As the southern wind becomes the first Alaskan crabber to capitalize on the plentiful opilio in the region, the crew's spirits soar, buoyed by the promise of a lucrative harvest. Even amidst the unforgiving Arctic hurricane, located 290 miles northwest of Dutch Harbor, their perseverance and determination proved to be rewarding. The crew reported that they were encountering rough weather out in the sea, being right in the midst of a powerful Arctic hurricane. They mentioned having two significant reasons to get their gear in the water. First, it was crucial for fishing, and second, there was a safety concern with the dangerous 100,000 pound stack weighing down the Wizard, particularly at the north corner of their current location. They expressed the need to assess if there were any crabs in the area, hoping that a couple of spot checks would provide enough information. Captain Keith was reported to be counting on some select pots to yield results so that they could lighten the load on the boat. Despite acknowledging that the conditions weren't ideal for hauling crab pots,
Room! That much room!
they emphasized that safety was their top priority. They planned to minimize their time on deck, operating like a pit crew in a race, swiftly hauling the pots and returning them to the water before retreating off deck until they reached the next spot. The crew member exclaimed excitement upon finding their pot, urging everyone to quickly put on their life jackets and get ready to work. They emphasized the need to be swift in their actions, ensuring safety while maneuvering around the boat. As they began hauling in the pot, they cheered upon seeing a couple of hundred crabs inside. Working efficiently, they swiftly unloaded the crabs from the pot, likening their operation to a stock car race team, aiming for speed and precision. Each movement was synchronized, with crew members swiftly moving on and off the deck. The sound of the pot hitting the deck was described as music to their ears, signifying the crew's return to safety. With 260 crabs caught in 21 hours, they felt optimistic about their prospects and continued their work with enthusiasm. The crew member expressed anticipation as they retrieved a pot, hoping to find a catch inside. After shaking the pot vigorously, they confirmed it contained something, although they weren't sure what. They quickly emptied the contents back into the sea and prepared for the next task. With the storm intensifying, the skipper prioritized the safety of the crew, directing them to seek shelter on deck. Once the boat was positioned for fishing, they swiftly deployed the gear, hoping for a successful haul despite the challenging weather conditions. They emphasized the importance of making the most out of this opportunity, as they would only have one chance to retrieve the gear before returning to port. Thank you for watching. Do you think that deep-sea fishing is a dangerous sport? Let us know in the comments section. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for such great content. See you in the next one.